Hello my friends and welcome to this quick revision in your favorite subject, chemistry. In this class we are going to answer few questions which are related to the chemical elements in the periodic table. Before I answer those questions, allow me to give you a quick revision of what we have taken so far. Well, we started with the atomic structure and we said that an atom is made up of two main parts. The first one is called the nucleus, which is located in the center of the atom and onto which we depend to calculate the mass of an atom due to the negligible mass of the electrons, and the other part was called the electronic shells or the energy levels into which we can find only negative electrons. Then we answered a very important question. The question was, although all of the atoms in the world are made up of the same subatomic particles, why are they different from one another in terms of the chemical and physical properties? The answer to this question was very easy. We answered this question saying that every group of atoms that share the same number of protons or atomic number and go through the same chemical reactions are called an element. And every element has its own atomic number or own number of protons inside its nuclei. And this atomic number is different from the other atomic numbers of the other elements. For example, iron has 26 protons inside every nuclei of its elements, and copper has 29, while gold has 27 protons inside every nuclei of its atom. Then we said that when two or more different atoms of different elements bound chemically together, they make a compound. Lastly, we talked about a molecule, and we said that understanding the term molecule is very important for us to understand how to represent the chemical elements and the chemical compounds in the chemical equations. And we said that we have four types of molecules. The first one is the monoatomic element molecules, and those elements are represented in one atom in the chemical equations like iron, copper, and gold. Then we said that we have the diatomic element molecules, which are represented in pairs in the chemical equations. I recommended memorizing them because there are only 7 of them. We have hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine. And if you memorize them, you will finish the problem of elements in the chemical equations once and for all. Then we said that we have the compound, the atomic compound molecules, and those are made up of two different atoms of two different elements. And for the oligoatomic compound molecules, we said that they are made up of more than 2 atoms of more than 2 elements. And then lastly, we said that the polymeric molecules are not required in our revisions because they need a wide knowledge of organic chemistry. Now, my friends, after this quick revision, let's answer the questions of our class today. Well, the first question is, how were chemical elements named? Well, we have a lot of reasons, but I chose to mention only 4 of them, and I will give you the chance to check the website of IUPAC for more information and to learn more about this topic. The first reason was geographical reasons. Some elements of the periodic table were known to be extracted from specific areas in the world, like copper, which was famous to be extracted or taken from Cyprus, magnesium, which was famous to be extracted from Magnesia district in Greece, and californium, which was made first in the United States of America in California. And of course, we mention here polonium, which was named by Marie Curie after her country, Poland. Well, the second reason is that some elements in the periodic table were named after famous scientists, and that was like an award for them for their contributions in the advancement of chemistry science, like corium after Marie Curie and Pierre Curie. We have Einsteinium after Albert Einstein, and we have Mendelevium after Mendeleev, who was the first scientist to put a clear and ordered and organized table for the elements. After that, we mentioned the third reason, and some elements were named in Latin. Till today, we cannot understand the reason, but my opinion or my explanation is that either those elements were discovered in the era into which Latin was very famous language, or maybe because Latin was the holy language and the common language of all European peoples, the scientists agreed to give the new discovered elements Latin names, like natrium, which is known nowadays as sodium, calcium, which is known these days as calcium, and iron, which is known as iron. The last reason I would like to mention is that some atoms were named in unknown circumstances and for unknown reasons, like sulfur and zinc. Again, my friends, I will give you the chance to check the website of the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, IOBAC, to know more about this topic. Now, my friends, let's answer the second question. Why do the symbols of some elements written in one letter while others are written in two letters? Well, to answer this question, I would like to give you two examples. The first example here is carbon, calcium, cerium, californium, chlorine, corium, cobalt, chrome, and copper. Well, we all know that carbon had been discovered before any other elements of those, so that it deserved to reserve the letter C for itself. And because, for example, calcium started with the same letter, we had to differentiate between copper and calcium by adding another letter. So we added the second letter in the name, which is A, so it became calcium. Cerium also started with the same letter, and we had to add another letter so that we can distinguish cerium from calcium, from carbon. So the same case applies for californium, which starts with the C, chlorine, corium, cobalt, chrome, and copper. The other reason is with letter N, we have nitrogen, neon, nickel, niobium, neodymium, nobelium, and etc. Actually, nitrogen was discovered before the others, so it reserved letter N for itself. And to distinguish neon from nitrogen, because as you all know, they all start with the same letter, we added letter E. For nickel, we added I. For nobelium, we added B. Neodymium, we added D. And for nobelium, O. So we have niobium, neodymium, nobelium. All of them start with the same letter. So we wanted to distinguish them from nitrogen. We added the second letter. For question number 3, how to write the symbol of any element? Well, remember that not all of the elements are symbolized with the same name they are known with today. For example, we have sodium, as I said. Sodium is Na. Potassium is K. Well, when the symbol of the element is made up of one letter, of course, we use capital letter. We have like potassium, like carbon, like fluorine. Those are represented with one letter, so the letter should be capital. And for the other elements which are represented or symbolized with two letters, the first one should be capital, the second one should be small letter. For example, here we have calcium, C, A. C is capital and A is small. We have cobalt, C, capital C, and small o. And we have also nobelium, capital N, and small o. So what happened if we don't obey this rule? In here we have two confusing situations written by students in some exams. For example, we ask the student to write the cobalt, and you see that two students here have written different formula. Here, my friends, this is the cobalt, capital C and small o, and it is the symbol of one element, while the other one is the symbol of two elements, carbon and oxygen, and this is not cobalt and this is carbon monoxide. The same problem applies here. We have nobelium, which is for one element, an element which is represented with two letters, while this one is nitrogen monoxide, because the student has written two capital letters. That's it for today. Thank you, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this class and it wasn't so confusing for you. If you don't understand the point in it, please try to replay this video and play some Kahoot games which are related to chemical elements and their symbols and names. Thank you again, my friends, and I hope you enjoyed this class. Goodbye.